Joining us now with an insider's opinion, President George W. Bush's Deputy National Security Advisor, Mark Pfeifle. Thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Well, let's talk about the administration's response so far. Has it been on point? What do we need to see next from the White House?
They're walking a tightrope is what they're doing. They do not want the U.S. or the West to become the talking point for the Iranian regime, saying they're trying to do a coup by their public statements. What the reaction has been in the prayers yesterday from the Supreme Leader was he used it anyway and said the West is trying to do this. So sometimes it doesn't work if you try and stay quiet or you try and stay mum or you say too much. The real winners in this and the people that have gotten the message out, even though the U.S., with some exceptions, has been fairly quiet, has been the Twitter, has been Facebook, Flickr, YouTube, all of those. If there's anybody that should possibly get a Nobel Peace Prize in the next time around, it should be the founders of Twitter, who delayed their tuning up of their system in order for an amazing amount of tweets to be sent out over the last week or so.
And it's been such a valuable source of information because, you know, in the past, the government there probably had a lot more control over the information that disseminated inside the country and outside as well. So now that we have this additional information coming in, does it put the administration in a different place as far as, you know, crediting some of this information, maybe not being able to credit all of it because, you know, it's coming from unreliable sources?
It's difficult because it's moving so quickly. We saw just on the 17th, 221,000 tweets sent about Iran. 3,000 videos were uploaded onto YouTube. It's really remarkable the way how the emerging media, the social networking has taken over and has given a voice to a lot of people who've been silent.
And let's talk about this escalating today as well, because the government had been cracking down, saying no more protests in Tehran. Mousavi will be responsible for whatever happens if these people are hurt or injured. They turned out anyway, thousands of them that we know of so far. Now, he's also amped things up by talking about being ready for martyrdom and also calling for a national strike if he is arrested. You know, this seems to be on a trajectory. What happens next there?
It's really hard to tell. If the country is shut down by a strike or portions of it, it's going to put the Iranian regime in a very difficult situation. Already they have massive problems with gas rationings for a fairly wealthy country where they've been putting money into funding Hamas and Hezbollah and putting so much money into their nuclear program instead of into their people. All this is quelling up. It's hitting a point right now where the regime is going to have to potentially make some drastic changes one way or the other. They're going to, they've already said that they are going to count 10% of the vote. They're already making some concessions and the people's voices are being heard.
All right, so we know about the official response. We've talked about that, but let's talk about back channels. Obviously, there's a lot going on probably that we don't know about. What kind of efforts can the administration make off the radar in this situation?
Well, it's difficult to get to the actual Iranian regime. They're very isolated. There's some ways through the Swiss. There's some ways through ambassadorial channels that you can make some entrees to the Iranians. But for the most part, they're not going to listen to the West. They're not going to listen to the U.S. They're going to listen to them more through press releases and public statements, as President Obama has done, as the Secretary of State and others have done periodically over the last week.
All right. Mark Pfeifle, we thank you so much for your insight on this and for sharing your Saturday with us as well.
Thank you, Shannon.